After 7 rounds of talks, there's some headway between the centre and the farmers over the 3 laws. Calling the meeting fruitful, Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar said that we've reached common ground on 2 out of the 4 issues raised by farmers. The government has agreed to put the electricity law on hold while decriminalising stubble burning. On the issue of withdrawing the law and an MSP guarantee, the government has assured farmers of deliberation and announced that the next round of talks will be on January 4th. Meanwhile, the Agriculture Minister has also requested farmer leaders to send back senior citizens, women and children back home and not be a part of the protest.
The ice is broken. Midway through the 7th round of talks, union ministers accepted food from farmer leaders. A symbolic langar prasad that thawed the chill between the two groups that have been at loggerheads for over a month now. The farmers who had refused government's hospitality in the earlier rounds this time accepted tea. And after 4 hours of talks, the negotiators walked out, agreeing to meet again in the new year on January 4th. The government says there is consensus on 2 of the 4 main demands. The centre has assured it will withdraw the Draft Electricity Amendment Bill 2020 and decriminalise stubble burning.
जो 4 विषय चर्चा के लिए रखे थे, उनमें 2 विषयों पर आपसी रजामंदी सरकार और यूनियन के बीच में हो गई है।
2 बात मान ली हैं, 2 रह गई है। अच्छा, हाँ।
क्या क्या बातें मान ली आपको लगता है कि
देखो, एक तो जो पुराली पे है, पुराली वाली बात मान ली उन्होंने। अच्छा। और एक ये था कि एक तो पुराली वाली कोरोना करा, एक जो बिजली का कानून था वो उन्होंने वापसी ले लिया है।
The minimum support price remains the major hurdle.
MSP के विषय में भी सरकार पहले ही ये कहती रही है कि MSP जारी है, जारी रहेगी। पिछले बार जब हमने प्रस्ताव दिए थे, उस समय भी हमने ये कहा था कि MSP जारी रहेगी, ये लिखित में सरकार देने को तैयार है।
The Modi government has appealed to union leaders to send senior citizens, women and children home in view of the cold wave.
The farmers have managed to get the government to agree to 2 of their demands, but 2 sticking points remain, and they are the most significant ones of legally guaranteeing minimum support price and repealing the 3 central farm laws. Now, it remains to be seen if the government is willing to move forward on those 2 on the 4th of January, or will the standoff continue? With camera person Ajay Thakur and Himanshu Mishra, Kamaljeet Sandhu and Anand Patel, this is Paulami Saha in Delhi for India Today.
Now, while some farmers have come alone to show their anger against the farm laws, others have brought their entire family. Anisha Mathur reports on a family where 3 generations have come together to protest at Singhu border over these farm reforms.
3 generations of a family in one tent. This family from Jalandhar has been at Singhu border in Delhi for more than a month now. 72-year-old Pyare Singh is here with his son, daughter-in-law and grandchildren.
हमारे 3 बच्चे, हम और मेरे नाल 2 साथी मेरे गांव के होर सी, ऐसी जंतर मंतर 2:35 ते पुज गए सी। 2:35 ते गिरफ्तारी दिया और आधा घंटा उत्थे जिंदाबाद मुर्दाबाद मोदी दा विरोध में काम किया। ते उस तो बाद सानू उन्होंने अरेस्ट कर लिया, एक खुले स्टेडियम में छोड़ दिया। सारी रात उत्थे ठंड में रहा, हमें अपनी गड्डी से कंबल भी नहीं निकालने दिया।
The chilling cold hasn't deterred them from continuing the protest. The family attends rallies, cooks food and helps other protesters.
ਉਹਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਜੰਤਰ ਮੰਤਰ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਫਿਰ ਉੱਥੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ 16 ਘੰਟੇ ਲਈ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਆ ਉੱਥੇ। ਫਿਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਛੱਡਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ, ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਗੱਡੀਆਂ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਬਾਉਂਡ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਸੀ। ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਗੱਡੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ, ਬਾਅਦ ਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਕਰਕੇ। ਫਿਰ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਫਿਰ ਹੁਣ ਦੁਬਾਰਤੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਏ ਆ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਵਾਪਸ ਕਾਨੂੰਨ ਰੱਦ ਕਰਕੇ ਹੀ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ।
There are many other families like Pyare Singhs who have come to Delhi to make their voice heard.
जब तक नहीं हमारे साथ फैसला आता हम आते रहेंगे।
हम यहाँ पर अपना हक लेने आए हैं मोदी सरकार से। हमें पता है कि हमारी पढ़ाई खराब हो रही है, लेकिन हम यहाँ पर भी आकर हमारी ऑनलाइन क्लासेस स्टार्ट है।
A lot of people here have brought their families, multiple generations here at the Singhu border, asking the government to listen to them and give the rights that the farmers are asking for. For almost 34 days now, these families have been here in the cold, demanding their rights and protesting against these farm laws. With cameraman Ajay, this is Anisha Mathur at Singhu border for India Today.
Over to the story that everyone's talking about this morning. India may soon get the nod for its first COVID vaccine. The subject expert committee, which met yesterday to consider the emergency use authorization request of Pfizer, Serum Institute of India and Bharat Biotech, has decided to meet again tomorrow. That's on January 1st. Now, the subject expert committee, which is a top vaccine panel, analysed the additional data and information presented by Serum Institute as well as Bharat Biotech, while Pfizer sought more time. Now, the committee has asked for more data for further study from vaccine manufacturers ahead of the next meeting. And after approval in United Kingdom, Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine may get approval in India soon. The subject expert committee, which is a top vaccine panel, held a meeting yesterday to consider emergency use authorization to 3 vaccine candidates. As I mentioned, the panel will be meeting again tomorrow. They've asked for more data from vaccine manufacturers. But a lot of questions on whether Covishield will be the first vaccine for India.
Faced by a never-ending pandemic crisis, the UK government gave certification to the homegrown Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine.
On the 4th of January, so we'll start, start of next week. And the hospitals across the country are ready. But we can also use this vaccine in primary care. We can take it to care homes. It just needs normal fridge temperature rather than the -70 super cold storage that the Pfizer vaccine requires.
The news from the United Kingdom brought cheer at the Pune-based Serum Institute, which carried out trials and is manufacturing millions of doses of the vaccine under the name Covishield.
We've got 40 to 50 million doses already made. We're producing more every week. And once we get the regulatory approvals in a few days, I would say, then it'll be down to the government to decide how much they can take, how fast they can take it. And we're talking about, reaching at least 300 million doses by July 2021.
But the government's vaccine expert panel put off approval for Covishield after a meeting on Wednesday. The subject expert committee called for more data on Covishield. Covishield has reported an average efficacy of around 70% and is the front-runner for vaccine distribution in India. It claims to have multiple benefits. It is cheaper, can be stored at normal fridge temperature, is easier to transport, and most importantly, it is manufactured by an Indian. The government's preparations for vaccine rollout are in full swing, with dry runs carried out in 4 states recently. States have ramped up cold chains and vaccination teams. Hopefully, Covishield should get the nod on Friday.
The subject expert committee has yet not given an emergency use authorization to Covishield, Serum Institute of India, Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine. With that, Bharat Biotech and Pfizer have also been asked to submit more data. Until then, we'll have to wait and see when the next meeting convenes on 1st of January 2021. Will a vaccine get an emergency use authorization in India? Milan Sharma for India Today.
As we bid goodbye to 2020 and we await a positive 2021 with hopefully the old normal coming back, a lot of restrictions have been put in place by various state governments, because remember that we're still dealing with a pandemic, and New Year celebrations is something that the government and administration is wary of. Various state authorities have issued several guidelines and protocols for public for 31st December, for today as well as for tomorrow, that's the 1st of January.
The world is ready to ring in the new year. A farewell to 2020 and a welcome to 2021 will be a muted affair though. The coronavirus has turned out to be a huge global killjoy. The night curfew in Mumbai means most people will be forced to stay at home. The raids on pubs and bars in recent days have made revelers wary.
What is happening is that we've had bookings for smaller gatherings and functions that were going to happen in the next 3-4 days. So now if there's a curfew, then again how will people go back? How will they manage everything, in this? People are again getting scared.
Yes, there were plans. Understanding the COVID situations, plans to go to some restaurants for dinner, restaurants where they are following the COVID procedures. But because of the night curfew, everything is gone now. So maybe we might meet at somebody's house and just arrange for a house party.
The national capital, however, is open for business. There's no night curfew. Entry to Connaught Place, the hub of New Year celebrations, will be restricted. Only those with passes will be allowed. Restaurants will have to function at 50% capacity. Social distancing and masks, of course, are a must.
जो guidelines हैं DDMA का, होटल गेस्ट हाउसेस हैं, हाफ कैपेसिटी पे काम करें तो उसी प्रकार से होना चाहिए. सामाजिक दूरी बनाए रखें और जो भी कोविड प्रोटोकॉल्स हैं उसको फॉलो करें.
It will be a new year like no other for Bengaluru. Section 144 has been imposed in the IT city with bars gathering of 4 or more people. The curbs will last from 6 p.m. on December the 31st till 6 a.m. on the 1st of January.
Not more than 5 people, not more than 4 people can assemble or gather anywhere in city. No celebrations can be held any public places, main roads, open areas. Any type of celebration in these places are completely banned. Even open spaces, parks, gardens, or any big premises cannot be used for holding any celebrations or parties.
Tourist hotspot Goa is hosting thousands of tourists, but the suspension of international flights means the beach state will miss its foreign visitors. There is no night curfew in Goa, but social distancing is mandatory.
10 months we are fighting pandemic and slowly we are coming out of it. We cannot go back into the locking mode again. The economic activity of the state is tourism. Tourism cannot be stopped. And at the same time, we have to see that social distancing, mask wearing, no shaking hands, all these things are concerned. People have to do self-discipline.
पुलिस डिपार्टमेंट के जितने भी पीआईज हैं, जितने भी इंचार्जेस हैं और ऑफिसर्स हैं, सीनियर ऑफिसर्स, उसको डायरेक्शन दी गई है कि जो भी कोविड से रिलेटेड गाइडलाइंस है गवर्नमेंट की, उनको फॉलो कराएं, अवेयर कराएं और अगर नहीं मानते तो उन पर जुर्माना भी करें.
With the UK government approving the use of the Oxford vaccine, 2020 will end on a positive note. People are looking forward to welcoming the new year with happiness, joy, and obviously a COVID vaccine. Bureau Report, India Today.
Important day for CBSE students because the uncertainty over the dates of the board exams will end today. Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal will announce the dates for Class 10 and Class 12 exams at 6 p.m. While most students want the exams delayed, Pokhriyal in his last interaction said exams could be held anytime after February. Ahead of the big announcement, Pokhriyal said feedback has been taken from states, from students and parents to prepare a roadmap for board exams. The government clarified that it will be regular exams as ensuring laptops and internet connectivity for all students for an online exam was simply not feasible. To assuage also concerns of parents and students, the Education Minister said that JEE, NEET and some board exams have been successfully held with COVID guidelines also in place. And let's listen in to exactly what Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal had to say in conversation with Preeti Chaudhary.
10वीं और 12वीं कक्षा के एग्जाम कब होंगे, क्या डेट है, कौन सा महीना है, बहुत सारे सवाल आ रहे हैं.
आज जो बोर्ड परीक्षा है CBSE की कब और कैसे होगी, इसके बारे में स्वाभाविक है कि बच्चे भी जानना चाहेंगे, अभिभावक भी जानना चाहेंगे, अध्यापकगण भी जानना चाहेंगे. पीछे के समय से हमने इस दिशा में छात्रों से लगातार संवाद किया है. उसके बाद अध्यापकगण से भी संवाद किया है. जो शिक्षा संवाद हम लगातार करते हैं, जिसमें छात्र, अभिभावक, अध्यापक और अन्य लोगों से भी जब जरूरत पड़ती है तब हम लगातार संवाद करते हैं. तो संवाद करने के बाद उस बीच एक बात तो हम लोगों ने तभी निर्णय लिया था कि नहीं, फरवरी तक हम परीक्षाओं को स्थगित रखेंगे, क्योंकि पहले जनवरी 15 से लगभग शुरू हो जाते थे, फरवरी मार्च तक जो है वो पूरे हो जाते थे। तो पहला निर्णय तो हमने ये लिया कि जो परिस्थितियाँ हैं उन परिस्थितियों को देखते हुए फरवरी तक हम परीक्षाओं को स्थगित रखेंगे। लेकिन अब प्रश्न ये है कि अब आगे कब होंगी। तो हम लोगों ने आगे तक का जो परिस्थितियाँ हैं उसका अध्ययन करके और कल 31 तारीख को नए वर्ष के शुभारंभ से पहले पूर्व संध्या पर, नए वर्ष की पूर्व संध्या पर हम लोग को कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि उसको छात्र को तिथियां भी मिल जाएं, अभिभावक को उसकी परीक्षाओं की तिथियां भी मिल जाएं और मैंने भी मिल जाए कि किन तिथियों में उसकी परीक्षा होगी।
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.